sometimes we need to we sometimes when government makes decisions, you can't have a choice. Like the United States, I think has 9 aircraft carriers. If you think they should have 7 aircraft carriers, and I think they should have 11 aircraft carriers, you and I both can't get our way on that, and somebody has to bend. But as far as like wearing a mask, not wearing a mask, opening a restaurant, not opening a restaurant, you can get what you want, and I can get what I want, right? If
Yeah.
you're afraid if you're afraid to walk around without a mask, that's fine. You wear a mask. If you're afraid to go to a restaurant, that's fine. If you own a restaurant and you say you can't come in my restaurant unless you're wearing a mask, or if you say I got a restaurant and if you come in here, nobody's going to be wearing a mask, so be prepared for that. And all of that behavior can go on, and the free market is the best test of what happens, and think of the data that we would have as far as, hey, people that go to these restaurants get COVID or whatever. So I don't know. We'd be in a lot better shape like that.
We would have a lot more data, but constitutionally, I mean, we're supposed to have the right to pursue happiness, the right to pursue the American dream, and that right is being restricted from us. We can't open a business and conduct business, capitalism. We can't do capitalism. We
Well,
can't.
I'll tell you though, Casey. One thing that in the state of Oregon, their budget estimate a while back was that they were about 1.3 billion short due to the government imposed recession, the government imposed COVID recession. They're about 1.3 billion dollars short, and that very nicely, neatly matched the 1.3 billion dollars that the federal government gave us to kind of bail us out. And I don't think that bailout is going to be there when they do the next thing. And so I think government's going to be cutting, and it's going to be not fun cuts for Democrats. And I'll tell you, I've been on Oregon Budget Committee since I got elected to the legislature, and if they want help with cuts, I'm there, man. I got tons of ideas for them to save money and to cut here and there because I've been watching it just pour out,
Yeah.
for years. So I'm there. I'm ready for that. So, but I say bring it. That's one of the silver linings about COVID is we're going to get some limited government. So I'm happy about that.
Well, that's good. That's a good
Yeah.
perspective. It was Cynthia Johnson. Do you know who that is? Cynthia Johnson?
I've heard that name before. How do I know that name?
Okay. Well, no, I was just wondering. She's the one who's, in my personal opinion, calling for violence against
Oh.
conservatives and patriots and things like that. Yeah. But,
Well, Casey, last time I checked, we were the guys that had all the guns and ammo. And I'm not threatening anybody, but I'll tell you what is people don't want to come to my door and cause trouble with me, or or whatever. So we'll leave it at that. But,
oh, absolutely.
I think you're pretty well armed yourself, so so we'll
Yeah.
just leave it.
People need to have an understanding that there's no intimidation that's happening, basically. That's not happening.
Not from our side. Not
Yeah.
from our side. Sure, there's maybe some Trump guy who's went a little bit haywire or something like that here or there, but we don't have any kind of big army of people like Antifa and all that kind of stuff. That's intimidation. That's where the intimidation's coming from. Black Lives Matter and Antifa. They're out there, and they're not just intimidating people, they're carrying out on their threats and all that. And so when they say things like all cops are bad or kill your landlord or things like that I take that seriously. It's not just a saying with them. Those people carry out that stuff. They've been cops have been assassinated by these people.
Yeah,
So,
Oregon citizens have been killed. Yeah,
Yep, by Antifa. So
exactly.
let's just be very clear. There is intimidation and threats out there, and it's not coming from the right-wing nuts or anything like that.
But also, at the same time, I think in the most part, the people who are right-wing and everything in their neighborhoods are not feeling any intimidation. They're not feeling intimidated by these threats. They're just poor decisions. Like these threats, they're poor. It's a poor decision to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anything else going on in your world?
Yeah, so I got an event that I'm going to be at tomorrow. It's being run by a group called Open Oregon. So if you go to Facebook and if you look up Open Oregon, so it's going to be tomorrow, which is Sunday, December 13th, from 2 to 4, and it's in Tigard. And if you just go to the Facebook Open Oregon thing, and you'll see a little thing in there. I don't think they have like an event for it. They have like a post for it or whatever. But it's going to be talking about what we can do to open up our state. And I think I'm going to be speaking there, and I think I'm going to talk a little bit about some civil disobedience and stuff. But that's how the government really is run. Is at the end, it's run by the people, and when the people get good and sick of this, here's there's Oregon has the fifth fewest cases of COVID of any state in the union. Why are we closed? Why are we not letting our businesses open? We have very few cases. There's the number of people that have died of COVID in state of Oregon this year is roughly equal to the number of people who've died of traffic accidents. And if you add like suicides and all the depression and everything like that, it's just, this is not a big pandemic or anything like that. This isn't anything that's big and bad and scary. It's just it's a bad disease, and I don't want to catch it. But it's not anything that we need to shut the economy down for. And shutting the economy down is going to make us weaker as a state. And so Democrats and liberals and big staters, get ready for it, because billions of dollars of budget cuts are headed your way. The federal government is not going to bail you out. And so just be ready for that.
Okay. Well, I guess we can end on that. We know what we're going to do tomorrow. That event's tomorrow, right?
Yep, tomorrow, Sunday. Yep.
All right, cool. We will see you there. Thank you.
All right, Casey, good to see you.
Good to see you too.